Hello, Books with Banks back again here. I feel so lucky to have been tagged for this rapid fire book tag. We have 25 questions to get through in, I believe the time frame is 5 minutes, so we'll get started. Without any further ado, question one, ebook or physical book? Physical always. Question two, paperback or hardback? Paperback, and specifically mass market paperback. Question three, online or in-store book shopping? In-store. Question number four, trilogies or series. So I assume this means like series longer than a trilogy. I just read a couple trilogies this summer, but I think I still prefer those longer series. Question five, heroes or villains? Villains, I think. Sometimes a lot of hero POVs can start feeling kind of the same. So I love when an author jumps over into a villain's head. Question six, a book I want everyone to read. I think my go-to, like number one recommendation is Mouse by Art Spiegelman. Question seven, recommend an underrated book. I'm gonna go with Curse of the Mistwraith by Janie Wirtz. Question eight, the last book I finished. So this was The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. Question nine, the last book I bought. So that would be The End and the Death, Volume 3 by Dan Abnett. Question 10. Weirdest bookmark I've ever used. I have little sticky note tabby things, and they come on these like bookmark sized kind of shaped clear plastic strips. So I've been using those plastic strips lately. Um, Question 11, used books, yes or no? Absolutely yes. Question 12, top three genres. Definitely fantasy and science fiction. Probably historical fiction beats out like horror or some other similar genres. Yeah. Question 13, borrow or buy? I'd love to support local libraries more, but really I wind up buying almost everything I read. Question 14, character or plot? I would say character just because I think I could get really invested like 500 pages into a good book with great characters and very little plot development, but not the other way around. Um, Question 15, long or short books? Long books, definitely. Long or short chapters. So this one's kind of weird. I think I slightly prefer shorter chapters, but I don't mind a ridiculously long chapter that jumps between several different point of views pretty frequently. Question 17, name the first three books you think of. Silmarillion, Forge of Darkness, Fulgrim. Okay, question 18. Books that make me laugh or cry. I prefer books that make me cry. Question 19. Our world or fictional worlds? I assume this is asking where would I rather live? If so, definitely our world because I love the books that I get to read in our world. And I met and married my amazing wife in this world. Question 20. Audiobooks, yes or no? I'll say sometimes, but only on a reread, and only something I'm pretty familiar with. Question 21, do I ever judge a book by its cover? Yes, absolutely. And I think in some cases, this is not the negative exercise we often think. It's not as shallow as it sounds. For one, it gives more respect and attention to the hard work of cover artists, and it puts more pressure on publishers to use artwork that's more representative of what's in the story. Question 22, book to movie or book to TV adaptations? So I grew up on like the Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings adaptations, but the first five or six seasons of Game of Thrones are wonderful, and I would love to see that sort of attention paid to some of my favorite series. This is a difficult one to answer. I think I'll lean more towards movie adaptations just because of that nostalgia factor. Question 23, movie or TV adaptations I preferred more than the book. Uh, I'll say Fight Club. Question 24, series or standalones? Series, always, again, you just have to look at my bookshelf. And then question 25, could I tag others? Absolutely. I want to tag my new friend Aaron at Dr. Aaron Rung, and then also Alex at Magnino Alex. And then last but not least, but I'm not sure if she's still on YouTube, so this is kind of like a shout out slash tag. Jen at Quick Jen. She has some great Malazan videos. Haven't seen her post anything in a while, but I do want to tag her here just to see if she's around. But yeah, this was so much fun. Thank you so much, David, at Four Corners of the Page for tagging me. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day.